I'm Caitlin E, and welcome to the Lit Review. Today we are doing my March journal setup. I decided to be inspired by the show that I have been watching the most this year. I've been rewatching old episodes of the Great British Bake Off, and it's been really soothing for me to rewatch that show. Even the episodes I've seen like a handful of times, it's still something that just kind of zens me out. It calms me, it gets me inspired to try some of my own baking adventures. So I wanted to bring that inspiration to my bullet journal this month. This is my cover page. I did a purple little KitchenAid stand mixer, and then I tried to recreate some of the set pieces from the TV show, or at least get the feeling of the set piece, if not an exact replication. Last month's spread was really involved with a lot of watercolor and a lot of technique, and I find that for me to stay creatively invested, I like to alternate between a high intensity spread and a low intensity spread. So being able to just use my Tombow dual brush pens, some washi tape, and some like journal pieces to tape in was such a nice relief after all of the creative investment from last month. I still think this is a wonderful spread, but it was just about using some simpler to use tools to get a really nice effect. And I just kind of used the couple of sets that I had of the Tombow dual brush pens. You could do this with a like Crayola marker as well. You definitely don't need these fancy pens, but I just had them, so I thought, why not? Just like last time, I think these spreads really come alive when I go back in with my Sakura Micron pen. I really think you could use a whole bunch of different black inked pens for this, but I just love my Sakura Microns. My mom scrapbooked a lot growing up, and these were the pens that she always used. And so when I come to my own journaling or scrapbooking, I like to use them too. Because they're really lovely pens, but also because they give me that nostalgic feeling of scrapbooking with my mom growing up. So I just think having that little extra touch really helps. Just like last month, I use a ruler to put in my sketches for my pencil sketches for a spread, but I don't like to use a ruler for the final product, even if that makes for wavier lines. I figure I can't learn to draw straight lines on my own if I always use the ruler, so every little improvement counts. But this calendar is one that I use to track the readathons that I'm going to be involved in for March. It also, on the other side, I just have the dates written out in 2 columns, and I will end up putting my social media trackers there just to let me know how frequently I'm posting and what videos I posted when. And then you never get to see this, the latter half of it filled out, but the bottom half is the challenges. So all of those reading challenges that I mentioned I wanted to participate in, at the end of the month I go in and fill out what books met what challenge. again, because I'm keeping it simple this month, using stickers was a big part of my plan for this journal, and then I would just go in and add some quotes. Like that one says, "On your mark, get set, bake." That's the quintessential Great British Bake Off quote for me. And here you can see a little bit more of how I track the readathons. I will highlight the readathon name with a color, and then mark which days that readathon is ongoing. These pages are also really simple. I have really enjoyed tracking my media consumption, in particular movies and TV. I kind of got back into watching movies and TV in the last couple of years. I was somewhat avoiding them for a while there, and so it's really refreshing to see what I'm watching every month. And then I also go in every month and create a new playlist for myself, just because I think music helps me capture a moment really, really well. I never fill them in ahead of time, so mostly because I don't make the playlist until the actual month, but I will go back and fill this in once I have made my playlist. And then this is another spread that I really like to use. It is just a couple of different size boxes to track things like mail or packages that I'm expecting, a little box for gratitude, just little reminders of what went right this month. And then I always keep a smaller box for quotes. Sometimes the things people say really hit just right or make me laugh, so I like to keep a little space for those quotes. And then this page that you see here is my reading stats page. I'm just decorating it with a little bit of Van Gogh themed washi, keeping it simple. And you saw this style of spread in my last month's video. It's one that I've been really liking lately because I don't do as much day-to-day tasks. I find that super overwhelming, but I find that if everything is put in a week, I feel like I can tackle that better. Plus the extra space in the middle, I've really been enjoying using that for almost like a diary and a journal, which is why you're never going to see me do a flip through at the start of the month to show you last month, because I end up writing really personal things in those empty spaces in the middle and don't really want to put that out on the internet. So I try to keep these spreads simple and open, but still decorate them. So a bit more of that Van Gogh washi, which I just got off of a stationery website. It was in a whole pack. It was really cute. And then this floral washi I had before. So again, these spreads are going to be really, really similar. I like to add the drop shadow just to give it a little extra dimension, since my general structure is pretty straightforward. This time around, I wanted to add some of the junk journal pieces, and I just used this double-sided tape. It's really effective for the bullet journal. And then I have a couple of different packs of stickers that I got off of Etsy. And then these little vintage style paper dolls that I got off of Amazon. I have a whole big pack of them. And then I wrote in underproved and overworked in honor of Paul Hollywood and his feelings about most people's bread. And again, more washi just to add a pop of color. I really wanted a lot of the washi I selected for this month to have a feeling of a pastoral scene or spring florals, since we are finally coming a little bit out of winter. This week was one of the first weeks where I felt the sun come out and just the warmth start to hit, even here in Los Angeles where things are pretty mild. It was such a notable difference. So I wanted that difference to be reflected in the spring tones of the things I was adding to the spread. Here I had to add the "no soggy bottoms" quote. I couldn't help myself after watching so many episodes of Great British Bake Off. It just seemed to make sense. And then it was just a bunch of layering of stickers and things that felt thematically right. Then for this last little half week, I just decided to do one remaining page. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with the page on the opposite side. Maybe I will do something for a readathon, or maybe write some ideas down for new videos next month. I haven't decided yet, but I do always like to start my spreads with a double page spread just to start things off fresh. So I'll find something to fill that space in with as the month goes on. And then that quote there says, "Live every week like it's bread week." Thank you for spending time with me. I hope you have a fantastic reading day. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me or this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!